Welcome to our exploration of the solid state, a fascinating chapter in chemistry that deals with the arrangement and behavior of particles in solids. In this video, we'll break down the essential concepts from the definition of solids to their unique properties. Whether you're a student or just curious about the microscopic world, you'll find this journey both informative and engaging. Let's start by understanding what exactly we mean by the solid state and why it's so important in science and everyday life. Solid state refers to one of the fundamental states of matter, where particles are closely packed together in a fixed, orderly arrangement. This close packing gives solids their definite shape and volume. Unlike liquids or gases, the particles in a solid vibrate about fixed positions but do not move freely. This rigidity is what makes solids distinct and allows them to maintain their form under normal conditions. Understanding the solid state is crucial for grasping how materials behave and are used in technology and daily life. Solids can be broadly classified in two types: crystalline and amorphous. Crystalline solids have particles arranged in a highly ordered repeating pattern, forming a crystal lattice. Examples include table salt and diamonds. Amorphous solids, on the other hand, lack this regular arrangement. Their particles are randomly organized, making them less rigid and often softer. Glass and plastics are common examples of amorphous solids. This distinction affects their physical properties, such as melting points and strength. A unit cell is the smallest repeating unit in a crystal lattice that shows the entire structure's symmetry and arrangement. Think of it as the building block of a crystal, which, when repeated in all directions, forms the whole solid. The concept of unit cells helps scientists describe and predict the properties of crystalline materials. Each unit cell contains atoms, ions, or molecules arranged in a specific pattern, and the way these units stack together determines the overall structure of the solid. There are several types of unit cells, each defined by how particles are positioned within them. The most common types are simple cubic, body-centered cubic, and face-centered cubic unit cells. In a simple cubic unit cell, particles are located only at the corners. Body-centered cubic cells have an additional particle in the center, while face-centered cubic cells have particles at each face as well as the corners. These arrangements influence the density and properties of the solid. Crystal lattice is the three-dimensional arrangement of points representing the positions of particles in a crystal. Imagine a grid extending in all directions, where each point marks the location of an atom, ion, or molecule. This regular repeating pattern is what gives crystals their unique shapes and properties. The concept of the crystal lattice is fundamental in understanding how solids are structured at the atomic level and why they behave the way they do. Coordination number refers to the number of nearest neighboring particles surrounding a central particle in a crystal lattice. This number varies depending on the type of unit cell and the arrangement of particles. For example, in a simple cubic structure, the coordination number is 6, while in a face-centered cubic structure it is 12. The coordination number helps determine the stability and packing efficiency of the solid. Packing efficiency measures how tightly particles are packed in a unit cell. It is expressed as the percentage of space occupied by the particles compared to the total volume of the unit cell. Different types of unit cells have different packing efficiencies. For instance, face-centered cubic structures have the highest packing efficiency among the common types, making them denser and more stable. Understanding packing efficiency is important for predicting the properties of material. Density of a unit cell is calculated by dividing the mass of particles in the unit cell by its volume. This property helps us understand how heavy or light a crystalline solid is. The density depends on the type of unit cell, the number of particles it contains, and the size of the cell. Knowing the density is essential for applications in material science, engineering, and manufacturing. Point defects are imperfections that occur at specific points in a crystal lattice. These defects can affect the properties of solids, such as their strength, conductivity, and appearance. Common types of point defects include vacancies, interstitials, Frankel defects, and Schottky defects. Understanding these imperfections helps scientists and engineers design better materials for various applications. Vacancy defect occurs when an atom or ion is missing from its regular position in the crystal lattice. This creates an empty space or vacancy, which can influence the material's properties. Vacancy defects are common in all types of solids and can affect conductivity, strength, and other characteristics. They are one of the simplest and most studied types of point defects. The interstitial defect happens when an extra atom or ion occupies a space in the crystal lattice where it doesn't normally belong. This additional particle squeezes into the structure, causing distortions and affecting the material's properties. Interstitial defects are more common in metals and can influence hardness and conductivity. Frankel defect is a type of point defect where an ion leaves its normal position in the lattice and occupies an interstitial site. This creates a vacancy at the original site and an interstitial defect at the new location. Frankel defects are common in ionic solids, especially those with a large difference in ion sizes. These defects can impact the electrical properties of the material. Schottky defect occurs when equal numbers of cations and anions are missing from their positions in the crystal lattice. This maintains electrical neutrality but reduces the density of the solid. Schottky defects are common in ionic compounds like sodium chloride. These defects can influence the material's density and ionic conductivity. Solids can exhibit a range of electrical properties depending on their structure and composition. Some solids conduct electricity easily while others do not. The arrangement of atoms and the presence of defects play a significant role in determining whether a solid is a conductor, semiconductor, or insulator. Understanding these properties is essential for developing electronic devices and materials. Solids can be classified based on their ability to conduct electricity. Conductors, like metals, allow electricity to flow freely due to the presence of free electrons. Semiconductors have conductivity between that of conductors and insulators, and their properties can be modified by adding impurities. Insulators, such as rubber or glass, do not conduct electricity because their electrons are tightly bound. This classification is crucial for electronics and electrical engineering. Band theory of solids explains how electrons are arranged in energy bands within a solid. According to this theory, the ability of a solid to conduct electricity depends on the arrangement and overlap of these bands. In conductors, the bands overlap, allowing electrons to move freely. In insulators, a large gap exists between bands, preventing electron flow. Semiconductors have a small gap, which can be bridged under certain conditions. Band theory is fundamental to understanding modern electronics. Solids also exhibit various magnetic properties based on the arrangement of their electrons. These properties determine how a material responds to a magnetic field. Some solids are weakly repelled by magnets, while others are strongly attracted. The study of magnetic properties is important for designing electronic devices, motors, and data storage systems. Diamagnetic substances are materials that are weakly repelled by a magnetic field. This property arises because all their electrons are paired, resulting in no net magnetic moment. When placed in a magnetic field, diamagnetic substances create an induced magnetic field in the opposite direction, causing a weak repulsion. Examples include bismuth and copper. Aeromagnetic substances are materials that are weakly attracted to a magnetic field. This happens because they have unpaired electrons, which create a small net magnetic moment. When exposed to a magnetic field, these moments align with the field, resulting in a weak attraction. Examples of paramagnetic substances include aluminum and platinum. Aeromagnetic substances are strongly attracted to magnetic fields and can retain their magnetism even after the external field is removed. This is due to the alignment of magnetic moments in the same direction within regions called domains. Common examples include iron, cobalt, and nickel. Ferromagnetic materials are widely used in making magnets and electronic devices. Study of solid state is crucial for understanding the materials that make up our world. From the metals in our cars to the semiconductors in our phones, solid-state chemistry explains why materials behave the way they do. This knowledge is the foundation for advances in technology, engineering, and even medicine. By mastering these concepts, we can innovate and create better materials for the future. Solids are all around us, from the salt we sprinkle on our food to the glass in our windows. Each solid has unique properties based on its structure and composition. For example, diamonds are incredibly hard due to their strong crystal lattice, while rubber is flexible because of its amorphous structure. Recognizing these differences helps us appreciate the diversity and utility of materials in our daily lives. Modern technology relies heavily on the properties of solids. Semiconductors, which are essential for computers and smartphones, are carefully engineered crystalline solids. Magnets made from ferromagnetic materials are used in everything from motors to data storage. Understanding the solid state allows engineers to design better devices and push the boundaries of innovation. Nature provides countless examples of solids with remarkable properties. Crystals like quartz and minerals form beautiful and intricate structures deep within the earth. Metals, rocks, and even ice are all examples of solids with unique arrangements of particles. Studying these natural solids helps scientists understand geological processes and develop new materials inspired by nature. The presence of defects in solids can greatly influence their strength and durability. For example, certain defects can make metals more malleable while others can weaken materials. Engineers often manipulate these defects to create alloys with specific properties such as increased toughness or flexibility. Understanding defects is key to material science and engineering. The ability of solids to conduct electricity is a vital property in electronics. Metals with their free electrons are excellent conductors, while insulators prevent the flow of electricity. Semiconductors, which can be modified to conduct under certain conditions, are the backbone of modern electronics. The study of conductivity in solids has revolutionized technology. Magnetic properties of solids are used in many everyday applications. From the magnets on your refrigerator to the hard drives in computers, ferromagnetic materials play a crucial role. Understanding how different solids respond to magnetic fields helps us design better tools, appliances, and electronic devices. The field of solid-state science continues to evolve, with new discoveries and innovations emerging every year. Researchers are developing advanced materials with unique properties for use in electronics, medicine, and energy. By understanding the fundamentals of the solid state, we can look forward to a future filled with smarter, stronger, and more efficient materials. Summary: the solid state is a foundational concept in chemistry and material science. We've explored the differences between crystalline and amorphous solids, the importance of unit cells and crystal lattices, and the impact of defects on material properties. We've also seen how electrical and magnetic properties define the uses of solids in technology and daily life. Mastering these concepts opens the door to understanding and innovating in the world of materials.